everybody. What are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about a dictation strategy, one that we've already just spoken about actually, about the pair dictation. But what I want to do is I want to show you something to really get your class going. It's the same thing. It's basically doing the pair dictation, but doing it, we're going to call it the shouting dictation, and you can also do the whispering dictation depending on how you're feeling. So like we did before, we started out with a main text as a teacher. We chose a text, right? And we then divided it in two, so we have a part of the text for partner A and partner B, okay? And the job we spoke about before was that the two students work together and they dictate to one another and put the text together. So we check out that video before. Okay, so what I want you to imagine is that we're going to do the shouting one first, which is great fun and interesting. Now, this is a good question here. Well, first of all, who's it for? It's really great for ESL students, all right? And students might say, hey, well, why are we doing this shouting? Well, it's really important to be able to listen to English when it's a really noisy environment, okay? It's also a great energy booster, and it's good fun, and it gives you everything that you get from dictation. Okay, so let me show you how you do this. Okay, I'm so happy I have my person here. She's going to be student A. So I'm going to give student A dictation. Okay, so here she is. She's holding it. So you can hear her hand. Okay, oops. I have to get another piece of tape. Excuse me. So I'm going to give her a dictation. Okay, and I'm going to be student B. All right. Now, I want you to imagine a class full of 20 students, all right? And I'm going to say, oh, and I'm going to count them out. 10 students, everybody stand up. Okay, 10 students lined up against the wall here, okay? And then I'm going to count out the other 10. And I'm going to say, those 10 students, I want you to stand and I want you to face at a distance your partner, okay? Just like this. How far is the distance? I don't know, maybe 5, 6 feet, okay? And I'm going to say to the students, your job is to dictate, do the pair dictation, but you're going to shout at your student, at your partner. So I'm going to say, Rose is a chef, okay? And she's going to listen really carefully. Now imagine we're all doing this at the same time, so it's really noisy. And she's saying, excuse me, could you repeat that please? Rose is a chef. And she's going to write down what I say, okay? And then she's going to dictate the next part. Whose dream is, and I say, what did you say? And I write it down, okay? And what you're going to find out is, as the students do it, and it's really, really good fun, as the students do this, they start to get closer and closer. And then as the teacher, you have to say, get back, and keep them at a distance. It's a pair dictation. It's great fun. When they finish, they sit down together, they can correct it together, and you can ask them questions. They might, discuss what the dictation was about. You can do many different things, but it's a really, really great thing. Now, on the other side, you can do the shouting if you feel like getting everybody up and moving. But if you're feeling kind of, like you really don't want to deal with the noise, you can change it. You can say, look, we're not going to do shouting. We're going to do a whispering dictation. Okay? So our job is to whisper, okay, as low as we can. So you pair them up. It's the same thing, okay? It's just a whisper. And they usually sit down and do this. And you say, Rose is a chef. And she's like, what did you say? And she writes it down. Whose dream is? And she dictates to me, and I write it down. So it's just a little change. Now, I just want to say one quick thing. If I can step over here and just show you a trick. When students do dictations, and you probably know this, but when students do dictations, they love to look at each other's dictations, right? And that doesn't work because then it's not a dictation, it's just reading upside down, okay? So what you want to do is, I always say when they're dictating to one another and they're sitting down, I say, put up a wall between you, okay? So it could be like a textbook or a notebook. So that way the student can't see what the other person has on their paper. So when I do the whispering dictation, I always say, put up a wall. And so that way I can say, Rose is a chef. And then my partner actually is listening to me. Okay? So anyway, give it a shot. I have to say, I've done the shouting dictation many, many, many times. It's a big hit. It's useful. It'll change your classroom environment. You'll have a great time. Give me a call if you have any questions. Thank you.